The universe is so large that human language completely fails when trying to describe it. There are distances so enormous that light, the fastest thing in existence, needs billions of years to cross them. There are structures so massive that entire galaxies become microscopic pieces inside something even larger. And somewhere beyond the edge of what humanity can observe, the universe may continue forever. The terrifying part is this: everything you have ever seen in space may only be a microscopic fraction of reality itself. When most people think about the size, they think about mountains, oceans, skyscrapers, or planets. But cosmic scale destroys human intuition. The universe operates on levels so extreme that the human brain was never designed to truly understand them. And yet somehow, on one small planet orbiting one ordinary star, the universe became conscious enough to look back at itself. That may be the strangest part of all. Our sense of scale begins with the human body. A person is only a few feet tall, small enough to fit inside a room, small enough to disappear inside a crowd. This is the scale our minds evolved to understand. We understand roads, buildings, trees, distance we can walk, even on Earth. Scale quickly becomes overwhelming. A storm can cover entire countries. An ocean can stretch beyond the horizon forever. Mountain ranges can take weeks to cross, and still, Earth feels manageable because it is home. We can map it, name it, divide it into countries and cities. But the moment humanity left Earth and looked back, everything changed. From orbit, Earth becomes a glowing sphere suspended in darkness. From the moon, it shrinks into a blue marble, and from farther away, our entire world begins to disappear. Every human being who ever lived, every empire, every religion, every war, every invention, every person who ever loved or suffered, all existed on a tiny point floating through blackness. And even after Earth disappears from view, we are still nowhere near understanding the true scale of reality. Because next comes the solar system. This is where human intuition truly begins to collapse. In textbooks, planets are often shown neatly lined up beside one another. But those images lie to us. If the planets were shown at their true distances, most diagrams would need to be impossibly huge. The space between worlds is enormous. Light from the moon takes over a second to reach Earth. Sunlight takes more than 8 minutes. That means every time you look at the sun, you're seeing it as it existed 8 minutes ago. Neptune is so far away that sunlight takes over 4 hours to arrive there. Beyond Neptune, the darkness continues. Frozen objects drift silently through the Kuiper Belt. Ancient comets orbit in distant regions, and farther still may lie the Oort cloud, a massive shell of icy bodies stretching almost halfway to the nearest star. That means the solar system itself may extend vastly farther than most people realize, and yet compared to the distance between stars, it is almost nothing. The nearest star beyond our sun is Proxima Centauri. Even traveling at the speed of light, reaching it would take more than 4 years. For spacecraft like Voyager 1, the journey would take tens of thousands of years, and Voyager is already the fastest human-made object ever created. After decades of travel, it has barely stepped outside the solar system. That's how empty space truly is. The universe is not crowded. It is an ocean of darkness with scattered islands of matter drifting through it. Then comes the next level of scale. Stars. The sun dominates our sky because it is close, but inside the Milky Way, it is completely ordinary. One star among hundreds of billions. Some stars are far larger than the sun. If placed in the center of our solar system, certain supergiant stars would swallow Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and beyond. Stars are not just objects. They are cosmic engines. They burn for millions or billions of years, forge elements inside their cores, create planets, shape galaxies, and eventually die in violent explosions powerful enough to outshine entire galaxies. Everything in your body was created inside ancient stars. The calcium in your bones, the oxygen you breathe, the iron in your blood. You are literally made of exploded stars, and still, stars are only tiny pieces of something much larger. The Milky Way galaxy, a structure so enormous that light itself requires more than 100,000 years to cross it. Think about that. If humanity somehow built a ship capable of traveling at light speed, crossing our own galaxy would still take longer than all of recorded human history many times over. And our sun? It sits quietly inside one ordinary spiral arm, far from the galactic center. While Earth orbits the sun once every year, the sun itself is orbiting the Milky Way. One full orbit, roughly 225 million years. Since the age of the dinosaurs, the sun has not even completed one lap around the galaxy. And then comes the realization that changes everything. The Milky Way is not special. It is only one galaxy among countless others. Beyond it are more galaxies, then more beyond those, and more beyond those. The deeper telescopes stare into space, the more galaxies appear. Some contain billions of stars, others contain trillions. A tiny point of light in the sky may not be a star at all. It may be an entire galaxy, an island of suns, planets, black holes, dust, and unknown worlds compressed by distance into something smaller than a grain of sand. This is where the universe begins to feel almost horrifying, because the scale stops feeling physical and starts feeling impossible. Then scientists discovered something even stranger. Galaxies themselves are not scattered randomly. They gather into clusters. Clusters gather into superclusters. And superclusters connect through enormous filaments stretching across the universe. This structure is known as the cosmic web, one of the largest structures humanity has ever discovered. When scientists map the cosmic web, it almost resembles a giant neural network, like a brain stretching across reality itself. Entire galaxies become tiny particles woven into filaments of unimaginable scale. And between those filaments lie enormous cosmic voids, regions so empty that millions of light years may pass with almost nothing inside. At this scale, even galaxies begin to look small. The Milky Way, once unimaginably huge, becomes just one microscopic point inside something vastly larger. And then reality becomes even stranger. The observable universe, the largest scale humanity can currently describe. The universe itself is approximately 13.8 billion years old. But because space is expanded while light traveled towards us, the observable universe is not 13.8 billion light years wide. It is roughly 93 billion light years across, a number so enormous that human mind completely breaks trying to imagine it. And yet, even that may not be the whole universe. The observable universe is not a wall. It is not the edge of existence. It is only the limit of what light has had enough time to reveal. Beyond that invisible horizon, there may be more galaxies, more cosmic webs, more stars, more darkness, more reality than humanity may ever be capable of observing. And the terrifying part is this: there may be places that physically exist right now, yet we'll never see them. Not because our technology is weak, but because the expansion of space itself prevents their light from ever reaching Earth. Humanity is trapped inside a visible bubble, a tiny illuminated patch surrounded by darkness stretching beyond imagination. Some scientific models suggest the universe could even be infinite. No edge, no ending, no final boundary waiting somewhere in darkness. If that is true, then the observable universe, as incomprehensible massive as it already is, would only be an infinitesimally small fraction of existence, like standing in the middle of a dark ocean at night holding a lantern and believing the small circle of illuminated water around you is the entire sea. That may be what humanity is doing right now. And maybe that's what makes the cosmic scale so unsettling. The deeper we look into the universe, the smaller we become. Every discovery reveals larger mysteries. Every answer creates even bigger questions. No matter how advanced civilization becomes, there may always be regions forever beyond our reach, forever beyond our understanding. The cosmic scale changes everything. It turns Earth into a speck, the Sun into one ordinary star, the Milky Way into one galaxy among countless others. And even the observable universe may only be a tiny visible fraction of reality itself. But strangely, that does not make humanity meaningless. It makes existence more extraordinary. Because somehow, inside a universe this enormous, matter became alive. Stars created atoms. Atoms formed planets. Planets created life. And life evolved enough to question the universe itself. The atoms inside your body were forged in ancient stars billions of years old. The light entering your eyes tonight may have crossed unimaginable distances before reaching Earth. Entire worlds may have formed, changed, and vanished while the light traveled through darkness. And maybe the most haunting truth of all is this: when humanity looks as far into the universe as possible, we are not looking at the end of reality. We are only looking at the edge of what reality has allowed us to see. And beyond that invisible horizon, the darkness continues forever.